Hi guys, welcome to Cup of Teach. This time I'm going to illustrate a normal random variable and its properties. Let's have the basic concept about normal distribution or Gaussian distribution. Normal distribution or Gaussian distribution is a continuous probability distribution that describes data that cluster around the mean. The graph of associated probability density function is bell-shaped, with a peak at the mean, and it's also known as the Gaussian function or bell curve. All normal distributions look like symmetric, bell-shaped curve, but not all symmetrical distributions are normal. The graph of the normal distribution depends on two factors, the mean and the standard deviation. The mean of the distribution determines the location of the center of the graph, and the standard deviation determines the height and the width of the graph. So let's have here the graph. So ang center natin dyan, yan yung mean. Then around the mean, that is the standard deviation. So let's have here points. So yung points na yan, we call that points of inflection. Points of inflection is where a curve change. So let's have here another graph. And the mean is the center of the graph. So ito yung mean niya. Then around the mean, that is the standard deviation. So let's have here points, point of inflection. When the standard deviation is small, the curve is tall and narrow. And when the standard deviation is big, the curve is short and wide. A standard normal curve is a normal distribution that has a mean, mu is equal to 0, and standard deviation, lowercase sigma is equal to 1. And this is the formula for the normal distribution. P of x is equal to 1 over standard deviation times the square root of 2 pi times e raised to negative 1/2 times the square root of x minus mean all over standard deviation, where x is any score in the distribution, lowercase mu, that is mean, lowercase sigma, standard deviation, pi, which is 3.14159. Then yung tatlong tuldok dito, we call that ellipsis. So, ibig sabihin, may kasunod pa siyang numbers. And then, the Euler number, the value is 2.71828. Then we have here ellipsis also. So, ibig sabihin, may kasunod pa siya. Then, kapag ginamit natin tong formula na to, any value of the standard deviation, mean, and x, ang graph natin ay bell curve. So let's have now the properties of the normal distribution. Number 1, the distribution is bell-shaped. So this is the illustration. Number 2, the mean, median, and mode are equal and are located at the center of the distribution. So nasa gitna daw siya. So that is the mean. And then we have also the median and mode. So they are equal. The normal distribution is unimodal. So when we say unimodal, one clear peak or most frequent value. So usually, siya yung pinakamataas. The normal distribution curve is symmetric about the mean. So kapag sinabi nating symmetric, the shape are same on both sides. So let's say ito yung mean natin, yung nasa gitna. So yung pagka-curve dito sa right side, the same din sa left side. So kung nakadrawing siya sa isang papel, then tupi mo lang dito sa pinaka-mean niya. So, yung curve nitong right, the same din dito sa left side. Or kung nakatingin ka sa isang salamin, yung reflection mo. So, ganyan ang graph ng normal distribution. Number 5, the normal distribution is continuous. So, let's say ang ating mean ay 10. So, meron tayo ditong above the mean and below the mean. So, ibig sabihin, yung nasa right side niya ang above the mean. Then yung left side, yung below the mean. So, pwede tayong magkaroon dito ng values na 10.5, 11.5, 14.2, 15.6, so on and so forth. Then, below the mean, yung nasa left side natin, kung ang mean natin ay 10, so, pwede tayong magkaroon ng values na 9.1, 8.5, 6.3, 5.2. So, yun ang possible values niya. Kaya siya tinawag na continuous. Then number 6, the normal curve is asymptotic. So, when we say asymptotic, it never touches the x-axis. So, kung ito yung x-axis natin, yung tail ng graph ay hindi magta-touch sa x-axis. Approaching siya pero never mag-touch. Number 7, the total area under the normal distribution curve is 1. O that is 100%. So, ito yan. Yung mismong ilalim nitong curve na to, pag kinuha mo ang area niyan, that is equal to 1. Number 8, the area under the part of a normal curve that lies within 1 standard deviation of the mean 68%, within 2 standard deviation, about 95%, and with 3 standard deviation, about 99.7%. So let's have here the illustration. So mean, above the mean, we have here mean plus 1 standard deviation, then mean plus 2 standard deviation, plus 3 standard deviation. Then, sa left side, since ito ay below the mean, magsusubtract naman tayo. Mean minus 1 standard deviation, mean minus 2 standard deviation, and then, yung last, magma-minus na tayo ng 3 standard deviation. So, yung una, yung 1 standard deviation natin, about 68%. And then, yung 2 standard deviation natin is about 95%. Then, yung 3 standard deviation natin, we have 99.7%. Let's have here the sample graph of normal distribution. Then, pag-usapan natin yung, let's say, length ng cucumber. So, let's say maraming cucumber. Then, kapag kinuha mo ang average length ng cucumber is 25. So, let's say 25 centimeters. So, that is the average or the mean of the length of the cucumber. And then, below the mean, we have here 20. And above the mean, we have here 30. Then, kapag kinuha mo ang standard deviation from 25 to 30, we have 5 standard deviation. Then, from 25 to 20, we have also 5 as the standard deviation. So, pareho sila ng standard deviation. And the question is, what is the probability of picking a cucumber less than 20 centimeters? So, ito yung 20 centimeters natin. So, less than, ibig sabihin, ang shade natin yung left side. Then, if you're going to write that in mathematical symbol, that is probability of random variable x is less than 20. Let's have another example. So, gamitin pa rin natin yung 25 at pag-usapan pa rin natin ang cucumber. Then, what is the probability of picking a cucumber greater than 25 centimeters? So, kung ito yung 25 centimeters, greater daw. So, ibig sabihin, isi-shade natin yung right side. And in mathematical symbol, that is, the probability of random variable x is greater than 25. Let's have here another example. So, gamitin ulit natin yung 25 na mean na ginamit natin kanina. So, the question is, what is the probability of picking a cucumber less than 30 centimeters? So, yung 30 centimeters ay above the mean. So, ibig sabihin, nandito siya sa right side ng 25. Since ang sabi dito sa problem ay less than 30 centimeters, therefore, ang isi-shade natin yung nasa left side. Then, if you're going to write that in mathematical symbol, this is the probability of random variable x is less than 30. So, para sa last na problem natin, gamitin ulit natin ang ating mean, which is 25. So, sa case naman na to, ang tanong ay probability of the entire curve. So, yung entire curve naman. So, kapag entire curve yan, ibig sabihin yung area niya. And the area of that is equal to 1. And then, ito yung according sa ating property. That the total area of the normal curve or normal distribution is equal to 1.
Thank you for watching. That's it for this video. If you learned something here, don't forget to like and subscribe to Cup of Teach. See you on the next lesson. Bye!